With Halloween just around the corner, it's time to arrange your list of must-watch movies as fast as you can before kids knock on your door trick-or-treating. Combining the scary, the funny, and the silly, today we'll be providing you with our countdown of the 10 best Halloween movies ever made. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to turn notifications on for more videos like this one. 10th place, The Nightmare Before Christmas. We are starting our spooky journey through Halloween films with one that probably started the modern trend of Halloween special movies, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. This stop-motion musical dark fantasy tells us the story of Jack Skellington, known as the King of Halloween Town, who stumbles through a portal to Christmas Town, becoming obsessed with celebrating the holiday. Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, is bored with doing the same thing every year for Halloween. So he attempts to get the residents to help him put on Christmas instead of Halloween. But their attempts at doing so are some of the most hilarious we've seen in a Halloween film, and that's saying a lot. Needless to say, The Nightmare Before Christmas was one of the most successful Halloween films, grossing $90 million ever since its initial release, and also garnering a cult following afterwards, being nominated for the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects, and also being reissued to be re-released in Disney Digital 3D from 2006 until 2009. 9th place, Hocus Pocus. Is it possible to go a Halloween without watching Hocus Pocus? I mean, this is a tradition all across the world, despite the movie being quite aged by this day, having been released in 1993, yet still watched by kids and grown-ups alike as if it came out yesterday every Halloween. Hocus Pocus is one of the darkest Disney films, following an iconic trio of witches that are accidentally resurrected by a teenage boy in Salem on Halloween night. Being thirsty for souls and having a compulsion for singing and acting in the most over-the-top way, the witches attempt to claim the soul of the boy and other kids in Halloween. Ironically, while the film was neither a critical nor commercial success upon release, and even caused Disney a loss of money while it ran, it was eventually rediscovered by audiences, causing a spike in home video sales every Halloween season. By today, the film is essentially a cult classic. 8th place, Insidious. In the 8th spot of our list, we have a supernatural horror film that has spawned one of the most well-known horror universes in the history of filmmaking. We're talking about the first Insidious here, though. This film centers around a couple with a son in a comatose state that eventually becomes a vessel for several spiritual entities that inhabit an astral dimension known as the Further. All of these spirits seek to take over the kid's body. The Purgatory is a place inhabited by the tortured souls of the dead, and Dalton, the boy, has the psychic ability to mentally travel there, showing his body in a comatose way and allowing the spirits to inhabit the house. This film is seriously terrifying and shouldn't be watched lightly. Good luck trying not to scream. 7th place, The Vivitch. In the next spot of our list, we have The Vivitch, also known as The Witch. This 2015 period horror film embodies all the things people fear about mass hysteria. It follows a Puritan family as they face the forces of evil located in the woods beyond their New England farm. However, will they manage to trump the corruption that surrounds them, or eventually succumb to the temptations given to them by the witches? This movie avoids outright jump scares and tries to scare you to death with minimalism, ambience, mood, and a lot of ambiguity. The film received positive reviews and was a box office success, grossing $40 million against a budget of $4 million. Definitely a Halloween must-watch film. 6th place, Casper. In the 6th spot of our list, we have none other than Casper, a 1995 live-action film that everyone remembers for the film about the cute CGI ghost in its lead role. Casper is an adaptation of the Harvey Comics cartoon character Casper the Friendly Ghost, but providing us with a darker interpretation of the ghost when compared to the comics, cartoons, and the previous films, especially revolving around the theme of Casper's death, even providing him with a tragic backstory that addresses it. Casper was praised by critics regarding its, at the time, groundbreaking visual effects, its music score, and performances, being able to earn $287.9 million against a $55 million budget. It even created a spin-off, The Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper. 5th place, ParaNorman. ParaNorman is a one-of-a-kind film because it's one of the most successful stop-motion dark fantasy films in the history of film. It is the first stop-motion film to use a 3D color printer to create character faces, and only the second to be shot in 3D. It's basically a film about Norman, a boy who can communicate with ghosts and is given the daunting task of ending a 300-year-old witch's curse on his town in Massachusetts. A pretty neat family film for watching Halloween with your mom or your little brother. 4th place, Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is one of the most hilarious zombie apocalypse parodies, where basically Ed and Shawn attempt to refuge from the zombie apocalypse with their loved ones in a local pub. Not only was this film met with universal critical and commercial acclaim and a notorious cult following, it also made whacking dead bodies with blunt objects the funniest it's ever been in the big screen. While this movie won't rank high in the scary department as other zombie movies will, it's still one that will make you roar in laughter from beginning to end. 3rd place, Goodnight Mummy. If you're looking for a movie that will scare the socks out of you in Halloween instead of making you laugh, then Goodnight Mummy is one of your best bets. This movie basically unravels the mystery of some ultra-creepy twin boys that for some strange reason are always wearing matching clothing, and their strange belief that their mother with a disguised face is not really their mother, and their increasingly gory and creepy attempts to uncover the mystery of who it might be. Along the way, they'll uncover some even creepier things about themselves. Fair warning, sleep might not come easy after watching this film. 2nd place, Addams Family. In the 2nd spot of our list, we have The Addams Family from 2019. While The Addams Family has seen many diverse iterations across the years, we're focusing on the 2019 film because of its great animation and performances, on top of being a commercial success by grossing $203 million against a $24 million budget. This film brings back the Addams Family we know and love, with their morbid antics, dark family interactions, and their actually pretty humane issues that make these creepy guys more realistic than what they should be. 1st place, Ghostbusters. And finally, we'll be ending today's list with Ghostbusters. Just mentioning this film is enough to evoke some serious memories of its theme song and plot, something you should watch every Halloween to remember how silly yet intriguing it was. This supernatural comedy film presents us with an iconic trio of parapsychologists: Peter Venkman, the leader and social head of the group, Ray Stantz, and Egon Spengler, the brains and designers of the equipment used by the Ghostbusters, as they engage in a ghost-catching business in New York. The film was released on June 8, 1984, to critical acclaim and became a cultural phenomenon, blending comedy, horror, action, and Murray's performance being singled out for praise. The movie earned $282.2 million during its initial theatrical run, making it the 2nd highest grossing film of that year and the highest grossing comedy of all time at that point. It was even selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry, and the Ghostbusters theme was also a #1 hit. The film was also a pioneer for expensive special effects, and despite producers having little faith in its potential for box office success, Bill Murray's character was repeatedly praised, and the movie went on to become a cult classic and cultural phenomenon. So what are your thoughts on these amazing Halloween films? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul.